Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? That some achieve great success, is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. The best way to get a bad law repealed is to enforce it strictly. We should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. A friend is one who has the same enemies as you have. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise with the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. Avoid popularity if you would have peace. The things I want to know are in books. My best friend is the man who'll get me a book I ain't read. Deserve it not for themselves, and under the rule of a just God, cannot long retain it. He has a right to criticize, who has a heart to help. That some achieve great success, is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. Sir, my concern is not whether God is on our side, my greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. Character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it, the tree is the real thing. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under the rule of a just God, cannot long retain it. God meets daily needs daily. Not weekly or annually. He will give you what you need when it is needed. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. I want it said of me by those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I thought a flower would grow. I care not much for a man's religion whose dog and cat are not the better for it. No matter how much cats fight, there always seem to be plenty of kittens. Labor is prior to, and independent of, capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor, and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital, and deserves much the higher consideration. He has a right to criticize, who has a heart to help. We should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea, but if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. If I were two-faced, would I be wearing this one? The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just.